Hey guys, welcome to the new 26 9 to 5 for this week. And enough teasing, enough hype. It's time to get to this. The Last Crusade. Now, the Cutie Mark Crusader episodes throughout the series have been some of the highest watermarks in the series for their moral, character work, and just general drama of it all. Most of them, if not all of them, have been in the 6 out of 6 club. Now, granted, we haven't done seasons 1, 2, and 3 yet, but we plan to address that at a later date. But as far as the new 26 goes, in the current era, the Cutie Mark Crusaders have been one of the most, if not the most, consistently good focused episodes of the series. The Last Crusade is a rather telling and bittersweet title. This might be the last time we see these three take the stage, and quite appropriately. Moral: there are only certain things that certain people can do that is unique to them, and they should be able to practice those talents as long as they need. Now, of course, this is essentially an everybody's special, meaning everybody's talented, everybody's got that thing that they do that makes them super unique. Now, some might debate the relevancy of this moral, but for kids especially, after all, this is a kids show, this is a lesson that is not only taught in schools, it's kind of sort of overly reinforced. Now, here's not saying it's not true or anything, it most certainly is. But this is a lesson that most teachers will give, or most other parents will give, or just in general. That's what we all believe. We're all meant to do something. We spend our lives searching for that something, and when we love to do it, we tend to do it until our bodies or our minds or even our hearts and souls don't want us to do it anymore. It's that whole sense of going through growing up, trying to figure out what to do, and once you figured out what you want to do with your life, you spend your life practicing it. But it's only when you see its impact on others that the real meaning of the job takes hold. And sometimes, especially for people that have been out of your career loop, it's hard to explain the impact of what you do upon other people. Sometimes you need the people to speak for you, and in the case of the CMC, that's exactly what happens in the final act. The people they've helped over, especially these last 4 seasons or so, come to bat for keeping the group together. So here's our basic plot synopsis. This episode is important for 2 reasons. Let me get out the lesser of the 2 first. Scootaloo's aunts are a openly lesbian couple. Now, you've probably, if you floated around YouTube or other news sites, have seen this reported as part of Pride Month festivities throughout the month of June, and especially to the lead-in to this episode, as kind of a semi-controversy, which, by the way, it isn't. The two aunts are well betrayed. None of that is even brought up or infuriated to. In fact, these are the two that have, by and large, raised Scootaloo into the crazy, yet reserved, and yet well-behaved pony that she is. They're actually great role models that keep her focused and grounded. Nothing about them actually being together is even expressed here. It's pretty much making a mountain out of a molehill, but it's nice to see some representation of that. Yes, it can be uncomfortable to find out about this at first, but it leaves no impact on the episode itself. And that leads to the second thing. We actually meet Scootaloo's actual parents, Maine Allgood and Snapshutter, who are Australian. They go after rare beasts in the wild to do scientific pursuits. Think the crocodile hunter if you want to be true about it. That's basically their job. And because they're traveling the world, they don't get to see their young daughter that much. This is one of the rare times they've come home, and they've come home with some good news. They want her in their life, mainly after finding out about the devastating things that have been happening in the plot lately. In fact, all of them have been mentioned, and they've got a new job that allows them to be safe. However, this forces Scootaloo to have to move from Ponyville, thus separating the Crusaders. Now, a little bit of a personal aside. Moving away from friends can be devastating. Believe me, I've done it a lot. 19 times to be in fact over my entire life. I've left entire school districts in a year after living in Kentucky for 9 years. I moved states. Moving away from friends, especially close ones, can be a devastating feeling. And especially when you're young, it's something you can't control. That you're feeling magnetized towards something you don't want. And obviously, the Crusaders don't want any of that. So in typical Crusader fashion, they try everything to try to prevent the move from happening. Even blowing off Rainbow Dash for a nice grouping together. But seeing that it's the week after Scootaloo moves, and seeing that they just discovered the news, they're too devastated, Rainbow. Let them be. But it's only after an idea given by one of the aunts that, in a last-ditch effort to convince the parents, which, by the way, there's a good confrontation scene with Scootaloo before this in the last commercial break. that Ponyville decides to have Cutie Mark Crusader Appreciation Day, in which some of the ponies end up talking good about what the Crusaders do. Even the Wonderbolts lend a hand. This actual scene here ties a sweet memento bow on all the Cutie Mark Crusader episodes just in general, bringing all the things that they have done together all in one solid 2-minute span. You get the sense of how many people have been affected, touched, or inspired by the three. And even the parents themselves end up inspired by them. Enough where the aunts get a new house in Ponyville and decide to raise young Scootaloo, keeping her in town and with her friends. There's subtle callbacks throughout the entirety of the episode, like Apple Bloom's potion making, the costumes and fake get-ups from episodes like Showstoppers and One Bad Apple, in fact. In fact, this is a cavalcade of some of the best and a little bit of the worst of the CMC's traits. But all of it is done well and with an emotional heart. The parents are likable on both sides. The CMC naturally flow together and work well. And as a nice conclusion to their arc, this couldn't be more emotional. For the last 3 weeks, I have been hyping this episode for one particular reason. This is the first time in New 26 history where I have been absolutely sure of a 6 even before seeing the episode air. And sure enough, it delivers. Big time. As a tie-in to what all the CMC have done. The answer to big name questions. A strong, very strong, kid-focused moral, and just everybody being on their best character behavior, and even a little bit, tiny bit of history made. The last Crusade follows suit of episodes like Flight to the Finish, and of course, Crusaders of the Lost Mark, as some of the top episodes of the series. If there is one episode from season 9 that will certainly make the final list somehow, this will certainly be one of them. It's now official. The 6 out of 6 that I preordained for myself is exactly what I am about to give it. The Last Crusade does get the perfect score. With one episode left in the half season before we reach the semi-end and a special. As we currently sit, this is the best half season that the show has ever provided. And let's hope it ends on an equally strong note when Celestia and Luna take the stage for an episode. They're on vacation. Let's hope the writers aren't either. So, What do you think of The Last Crusade? Would you rate it a 6? And if not, tell me why it doesn't deserve the golden rating. Or if you agree, tell me why you agree. And in the meantime, hit the sub, hit the bell for your notifications to keep track, and be here next week for the mid-season ender. Let's end this half season on a strong note. Until next time, I'm Nirvana Sparkle. Find peace in your own Nirvana. Thanks for watching.